Hi darlings, this is Christina, and today we are going to do my Yes Please Thank You Next series, in which I showcase a few new products that maybe are recently released or are soon to come, and I let you know if it's a yes please or a thank you next. So if you're interested, just keep watching and let's get into it. Now, some of these things people have already reviewed, so they're recently released, but they were things that I was thinking about purchasing or picking up. So I'm going to go over that with you. That way I can also get a feel, a vibe, if you're even feeling it like I'm feeling it, and if it's even worth purchasing. But let's talk about the new things. So it's so funny because trying to time this series at the right time is always so tricky because things are coming out like daily, right? New products, new releases. And it's like, what's worth even reporting that's interesting? And fortunately, when I decided to upload this, I got to give much thanks to Amit Beauty. If you don't follow her, you need to. She's fantastic, and she's always talking about the newest and hottest things, and I will be referencing many things that she's put on her actual Instagram page. So I'll link her here and I'll link her down below. But we have our Le Beige Blush Highlighter Duo from Chanel coming out. Now this one she put on her shorts, but it said coming soon. So I'm sure we're going to be getting more pictures from probably people in different countries who are going to be the first to actually receive this. Now this originally I thought was going to be very similar to the duos we recently had, but the color, like the description, is very different. So this is the Éclat de Sur, it says. And once again, it says Le Beige. So let me pull out one of my duos. Now this is a more recent duo from last September-ish time. This is the Jardin Imaginaire. It says Blush and Highlighter Duo. This here says the Poudre Belle Mein Lumière Doré Healthy Golden Glow Powder. So that's very interesting that they phrase it that way. Is it going to be a different formula? I'm very curious because this is my current one. Now you guys know I don't buy things to just buy them and review them. I use them. So if it looks beaten up, that's because it's been well loved. I have both of this, both the light and berry and the gold and peach, which this one is. Beautiful colors. And you would think it's almost similar. Now this did have beautiful little dandelions on them before I destroyed it, but yeah, totally different. And when it says Le Beige, think about the Le Beige, the larger palettes, because it kind of says something similar. It says almost the exact same thing that the one here says. Poudre Belle Mini Insoleil Healthy Glow Sun Kiss Powder. Interesting. Okay, so let's see how large this one is. So the large oversized palette is 0.53 ounces with 15 grams of product, right? This is in the medium coral color. And then the new Le Beige, I guess they listened because we stated we didn't like the oversized things. This one is going to be 6.4 grams with 0.22 ounces of product. So very interesting. So it looks like it's going to be similar to this actually versus the highlighter and blush duos based on the description in the back. That's what I'm basing it on. I love that it's smaller because I don't have to worry about breaking it. And while I've been begging for a brown tone blush, I'm hoping that somebody somewhere, Chanel, please maybe create something in the fall or something where it's going to be brown. That would just be everything. I still love this color. I'm a sucker for their pinks. I'm a sucker for Chanel blushes in general. And you know how much I loved my medium rose gold. I actually keep it in its package because it's very special to me and I don't want to break it, and I broke the first one. So let's just do a little comparing. I wonder if this is going to be similar in color. Let's see. I'm looking at this in the picture. It looks to be similar. I don't know. This other one may be a little brighter, a little warmer, but I think they may be similar in tone, and I'm okay with it. You know that I love this color. I will continue to use this. I actually love everything about this palette. I use it often, and now especially since spring is coming, I love all these colors. The bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush are my favorite. This one is my favorite, the rose gold, and it's stating that it's going to be very similar, so I guess it's just going to have the highlighter and the blush. Either way, I'm here for it. It says coming soon. I will be sending a message out to my essays and asking them when are these coming, because I would like to please take that. That's a definite yes please, because Chanel and I, we have a love affair, especially their blushes. Don't even, I need to have it. That's a yes please, very much so. Then it looks like we have a new Gucci blush. Now I need another coral blush, like I need like a literal hole in my head. Seriously, I have so many coral orange blushes, and Gucci is a pretty formula. First of all, this packaging is stunning. This one is in the luminous matte, which I'm starting to really have an appreciation for luminous mattes, okay? Not like flat mattes. I don't want a flat matte. I want a luminous matte. And the packaging is so pretty, and this color looks really lovely. So this is also coming soon. So perhaps it comes before the Sephora sale, because I actually would be interested in seeing what this looks like, because the packaging is stunning, and I do like the Gucci powder blushes. I only have one in berry, but it is so dark that I don't reach for it. For sure, I would reach for something that's more neutral, everyday friendly. And then it looks like Sisley is coming out with a 2-in-1 cloud velvet mousse that's gonna work for lips and cheeks. Now you know I love myself some Sisley. This is very pretty. I'm sure it's gonna be very expensive, right? Like $70 or something. But I am very curious about it. And that number 1 looks kind of brownish. I don't know if it is, but if this is brownish, you can count me in, because you know, I just stated I'm like desperate for a brown blush. And Sisley just has this finesse with their makeup products, their blushes, their lipsticks. They are so beautifully crafted. They really do a fantastic job overall with their line. They're just beautiful. Very little misses in that particular line, a lot of hits. Very expensive. Definitely wait for a sale, but definitely worth it. I love every product I have from Sisley, and that's me just from the honest bottom of my heart. You know how I feel about Sisley. Speaking of, I probably should do a face of full Sisley, but I actually don't have any of their foundation, so that's something to look into, maybe coming in the next sale. If you guys have any recommendations, what Sisley like foundations do you like? Now let's talk about Mama Pat. Okay, Mama Pat has decided to come out with a Mothership palette. Okay, this one looks like it's called Petal Morphosis. Now these here colors are beautiful. I can't deny I am still a sucker for Astral Blitz shades, and the packaging is stunning. I don't know, guys, are you feeling like this is a little too late in the game? Like, I feel as if most people are now kind of gravitating toward more neutrally based products. Look, I love some color, I really do, but these very large palettes of these colors, and yes, she did listen to her clientele say no more pinks please. I mean, there's definitely some pinky corals here, but she said they asked for no more pink please because you've just done pink too many times. We'd really love some color. So it looks like she gave, you know, some greens, she gave some mauves, some purples, some yellow tones, some teals. It looks like a beautiful palette, but now on my everyday basis, where I used to reach for these on an everyday basis, I don't anymore. I do like a more subtle, sophisticated shimmer. I love Pat when I'm doing something very dramatic. So for instance, like for a wedding, or for going out to a really fancy dinner, or, you know, going out to something very ornate, or something you want to really give some va-voom. On an everyday basis, I don't reach for this anymore. I have to say, like, this is probably a thank you next, because I just don't foresee myself using many of these colors. I mean, I'll go into those Astral Blitz shades, but they're still too much for everyday use, you know? So that's how I feel about that. Ms. Dom Pat McGrath That's a title they gave her. I don't understand of all what that entails, but I know it's a very it's an honor. So she is Dom Pop McGrath, and she is partnering with the Louis Vuitton line for their new makeup release. Now here's the thing, Louis Vuitton did this right, because unlike, let's say, like Celine, who's dropping some lipsticks and a few things, I'm very uninterested in that. I'm gonna tell you right now, that just feels like a money grab. I have enough lipsticks. What is the draw here? That is just another luxury beauty line. You're gonna sell it to me for $70. You have not proven yourself to me to be worthy of that kind of pricing. However, they got Miss Pat McGrath. They're gonna have eyeshadows, I believe some lipsticks. They're gonna have a few things, and she's gonna be heading it. Now, this is something I'm interested in seeing. This is something I'm interested in reviewing. I'm sure she'll have some neutrals, because Louis Vuitton, their browns and blacks, they're very known for their, you know, homage to their trunks, which is really where this brand got started. So I'm sure they're gonna have some neutrals with some fun shimmers. Sign me up. Definitely will be reviewing something from this hair launch. And I have to say, I think Louis Vuitton did this so right. And this is perfect for Pat, because the Mothership palettes, I think we're kind of done with them. Unless she did like a very neutral, everyday wearable kind of palette, I think we're kind of beyond that now. It looks like Dior is coming out with something for the spring. This is from Z Beauty. So a lot of the writings in, I think is it Mandarin? I don't know what dialect this is, but I don't understand what it says. However, we can see the pictures and see how beautiful these colors look. The brown one looks very neutral, the exception of that random peachy shade. Now, to me, this does not look like anything special from Dior, and you know how I feel about Dior's eyeshadows overall, with the exception of Saint Henri. I'm not sure. It looks beautiful. It looks beautifully neutral. I think it's a pretty everyday wearable palette for the most part. And then you have this beautiful fuchsia with some hints of peachy warmth here. It looks very pretty, I'm not gonna lie. And the sheen with the embossment with the gold looks like it gives it some radiance, which makes me kind of interested, but I don't know if I'm interested enough. I don't know. You know, their palettes, their eyeshadow palettes are hit and miss, and I'm just not sure about it. And then it looks like they're gonna have a few of the, what are these? The Dior Addict lip gloss. I'm not a big fan of these. I don't enjoy that sensation on my lips, so I haven't purchased these in quite a while. So I don't foresee myself using or purchasing anything here. It looks like they may even have a stain here, a couple of nail polishes. While that teal looks really fantastic, if it was the non-plumping version, I'd be more interested, but I don't want that tingle on my lips, so that's a no for me. And the stain is pretty, but nothing that I need to have. So right now, that's a thank you next. Unless I see some really substantial evidence that this is going to be something really special, which to me is just not feeling that way. And then let's talk about the 3 nude Prada palettes, which is Pansy, Peony, and Primilla, I believe. And I've watched enough reviews at this point to really get a good handle of it. I think they're very pretty. I think the Prada formula, the eyeshadow formulas are creamy and buttery and delicious. Here's my problem. I know that their darker, richer colors are too pigmented for me to want to wear it every day. Even though they're very blendable, I just won't reach for it. I already know that because I don't reach for the one I have. So the only one I was kind of considering was the Pansy, because Alicia Archer did a beautiful review on it, and I really feel like, ooh, she made me really want it. But to me, it reminds me too much of my Guerlain palette, the newest one that they released, and I just don't foresee myself needing a palette that's way too similar. Different formulas, yes, but too similar. So I'm on the border with that. I know it's coming to Sephora soon, and if I can get a sale price on it, maybe the refill, because I don't need a whole package, I may very well try it on sale and refill. But other than that, all of them are a thank you next kind of thing. Tell me if you guys tried them. Do you like them? I'm just not sure about them. And Prada's also coming out with a new mascara called Prada Scope Lash Lifting and Lengthening Mascara. The wand looks very interesting. It's supposed to give 180 lift and grip lashes with nylon bristles. I mean, it's unique. It looks nice. 3 coats is giving a little bit clumpy to me. And I do like to coat my lashes quite a bit. Now I know Alicia's already done a review on this, and it looked nice, but I don't know. Nothing I'm dying to have, so I don't know about that. And Prada also is coming out with some eyeliners, and I was kind of interested. These are some different shades. I'm always interested in brown liners because I love to wear brown eyeliners, and while Valentino Brown Fondant was very nice, I feel like I still need a warm tone eyeliner, and the Victoria Beckham Cinnamon is too creamy. I've told you about this. So if these are going to be a little more solid, like they are creamy turned solid, I'm interested in that number 2 color just to start trying this, because I do like eyeliners and I think these are very fun. Some of these, like the green. Now I'm not going to purchase that color. I'd rather go for a neutral, something I will wear quite a bit. But I'm interested. That's a yes please for me for the liners. And the last thing we'll talk about is the Tom Ford palette in Peach Glamour. Now, I have tried a Tom Ford palette like this. It was an older one, and I forgot which one it was, but I purchased it during the last Sephora sale, and I returned it because I just didn't like it. It just didn't do anything for me. Now this is the creme formula, and I think it was actually creme de la creme. That's what it was. I didn't like it. And for even on sale, it wasn't worth holding on to. So I'm gonna try this. This Peach Glamour is really speaking to me. I've seen a few reviews on it, and I think it looks like a really pretty everyday wearable palette. And when I've seen it on various skin tones and colors, there's just something about these tones that are speaking to me. And I know this is not a new palette by any means. I'm sure they're gonna have something more recent. This is definitely a few months old, but I want to give my 2 cents on it, and I'm definitely going to pick this up during the Sephora sale. I'm hoping it's everything I dream it to be because I've built it up in my head so much. But I don't know, guys, have you guys tried this? I like Tom Ford palettes. They're never things that I reach for because of the tones. I feel like it's very like specific, and I typically like the wet to dry formula, so it's a little bit more of a shimmery finish versus like this cream that I'm really interested in. Anywho, that's a yes please for me for sure. So with that, darlings, those are all the things I'm looking at that I got my eyes on. And tell me, what are you guys looking at? What are you peeping at? What are you feeling? You know, what have you tried? And I'd love to hear how you're feeling about these new releases, about the releases that have come out recently that I'm talking about, and if you're interested in me reviewing any of these at all. So, darlings, I hope you have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one.